So I'm thinking 130.
You've been out at car boots, charity shops, searching for deals on these long adventures. Well, I had it come to my house. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to TommyTrades, and today we have an absolutely awesome deal to show you. Usually we'd be out charity shop hunting, finding a car boot to go and rummage around, but we actually came to a deal with one of the viewers of this channel who has some stuff in his collection he's trying to offload. We were able to take it off his hands. He's happy, we're happy, and the circle of life continues.
So I'm thinking 130. Now I'm thinking 130 because I roughly knew the value anyway. So I think there's plenty space for you, and that's just a number I'm happy with. So if you're good with that, then
130 sounds good to me, buddy.
Yeah, it's good to me. All right, cheers.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Pleasure doing business.
Happy days. Yeah, pleasure.
Now I know you're dying to see what we've got, so let's get into it. I haven't looked everything up, so I don't know all the prices on eBay off the top of my head, but as usual, I'll pop the listings up on screen for you. Starting off, we have this Walking Dead AMC No Sanctuary, the board game. This includes 50 plastic minifigures, like this. And it actually looks like a quality fun game to play. Like, you get different board mats to sort of create the setting, and you have to work together as a team to survive against rounds of zombies coming at you. Really cool sounding game. It's debating whether to keep this one and play it or not, but it's going to take so long to learn the rules, it might not be efficient enough for us. If we're going to sell this one, I think we're looking anywhere between 25 to 50 pounds. We also got this Lord of the Rings trading card game set. It comes with a CD game and a free quick start. I think this one's around 20 to 30. You also have these book plates. Now they're Star Trek book plates, and you could only get these by registering as a fan for Star Trek, and then they'd only make so many and ship out so many to registered fans.
There was a membership club.
It was a memberships club. So once you're part of the memberships club, you could get these sent out, and that's the only way you could get a hold of them. I think they may have been open just to check how many they are, and then they've been sellotaped back up, but still in really good condition. You've got to love to see it. Tamagotchi original one is yellow with the red artwork around the outside. I think there's even still a little imprint on there of the screen. I'm kind of excited to put the battery in, give this a try and keep it alive myself. But I know people might not want to buy it after Tommy's had a go at it. Due to some stickiness on the back that we'll clean off, we'll get it nice and shiny, but we should be looking around £35 I could take offers. Something you don't see every day. Promo edition PS4 games. Now we have Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, demo copy. Assassin's Creed Chronicles, promo only. Just Dance 2016 on the PS4, promo only. Now I need to do some more research into these, look them up, see how much they actually go for, but you can't buy these on the shelf. It's not something you can go into a shop and they've got plenty of them. They only make a select few. They send them to shops and certain individuals to review games before they come out. If you're a diehard fan of any of these series here, you know where to find them. Now, as you can see, we've got this giant box of Time of Legends Joan of Arc board game. This is a board game, role-playing game, tabletop game. It's all of the above. There's cards involved. You've got to do a bit of role-playing. There's loads of figures to move around. Some of them are giant and look awesome. I'll get one out and show you now. Oh, that's the one about people in it. Feel like chests. This is what some of the figures inside look like. This is probably the biggest guy in all of the boxes. But the detail in this is absolutely insane. If you're not too clued up on figures, they can actually go for some serious money. They're hard to come by, and even this box itself, I mean, just the Joan of Arc collection is a really expensive set of games to get your hands on. Now, I know that these have been semi-opened. I say semi because some of the boxes, the cards are still sealed. Some of the cardboard cutouts have never been popped out. But these have actually been opened, and obviously it's here. It's not in any kind of wrapping. I think it was the complete set of all of the games for £1,500 on eBay. Now, I'm not saying we're going to command any kind of figures like that, but we're going to be looking for some hefty profits. It's going to take a lot of work to go through this though, and I want to highlight that. There are so many small pieces inside of this box and these boxes that it's no light job. Dice, individual men and figurines. We're going to have to count all of this, make sure it all works up, is all for the right sets. The seller really looked after their stuff, so I don't think it's missing anything. I think we're safe on that front. It's just a case of re-piecing it back together. If we do command any sort of sales numbers like that, I'll definitely be chucking him some extra cash. A nice little 3-in-1 Lego creator set. It's the race car that turns into 3 different types of race car. You've got like a dune buggy, a track car, and a Formula 1 car. If this was brand new and sealed, you'd be looking at £50 easy. But because it's pre-owned and the box is a little bit ripped, I don't know, we could be looking at 15, maybe less. Vintage Lego promo and sort of instructions. Really cool stuff. There's a map for GTA. Oh hey, 555. And this has the date 1981 on it. 1981 Lego. I mean, what's the date now? This is 40 years old. A couple other board gamey things. We've got The Hobbit. I believe this is a German-made game. It's had the colour washed out of it by the sun, unfortunately. If it was in really good condition, we could be looking around £50, I believe. But due to that, we're going to sort of mark the price down, maybe 25, taking offers. Star Wars Empire vs. Rebellion card game. It's not sealed, but everything's there, complete. This one is sealed. We've got the Star Wars. I've had a bad feeling about this card game from Hasbro Gaming. It looks very similar artwork to one we've played before, or I believe we played a similar game to this in the past. It was really fun. It's not a crazy item though, it's not going to make millions, but I believe it's around £10 to £15. Not bad. Game of Thrones card game here. It's nothing too crazy, it's only like a £5 on eBay. You might be able to get 10 if it was sealed potentially, but nothing too big there. Or potential giveaway. In this box, we had a couple of little items. We've got this vintage Lego plane. It is all there, it's just a couple of pieces. Vintage Lego plane, unfortunately doesn't have the box. We'll need to look up what the number this is and double check how much it goes for. But best guess, I'm probably saying around 15 to 25 quid. We also have a couple of vintage Marvel figures. I believe they're both Venom of different generations. What's this one here? This one is 1995 Hasbro, and this one's 1997. There were a few other figures that he brought over that I've decided to keep, but these ones aren't calling too much nostalgia to me, so I'm happy to sell them on. We should be looking around £10 a figure each. Could also do a bundle if that's something people might be interested in. Maybe 15, 20 quid together. We'll have to do a bit more research into that one. Everything else in this box is actually Warhammer 40k, still in its card, ready to be broken out. It says 2006 on the out casing, so it's going to be a set from the 2006 year. I might have to do a bit of research to find out which exact set it was so we can price it appropriately, or I could just shoot out a number and see if it takes any offers. That's not the only Warhammer we got. We also picked up this Lord of Rings Battle Games in Middle-earth. It's kind of like the Warhammer equivalent of Lord of Rings. It was a magazine that comes with a few pieces of scenery in there. Again, when this came out, you bought it for £4, so I'm not sure it's going to be worth too much more now. Yet again, this could also be the one everyone's missing from their collection and they're happy to pay up for it. I'll have to do a bit more research, but I reckon you can get around £5 to £10. Something I wasn't expecting to be in this set was some old movie film, cartridge film, like negative film. There's 2 different brands. One is this blue one, and one is Agfa. It's all still colour negative film. I can either bundle it together, I might do around £25, or if the brands are very different, I might sell this one individually and stick these 3 together. But safe to say we can look at £5 to £10 each per cartridge. Then we got this sealed Gears of War vinyl figure, small mystery minis. I think you get these in the shops. It's made by the Funko company. They did this for a load of different games and series. Sort of when the collectibles were taken off, they were just putting them in every single shop. So I don't think it's too rare of an item or anything. But if you're looking to complete your collection, I've got one. In this instance, we didn't make a lot of money, but just because it's small doesn't always mean that's the case. This one, about the same size, is a Game of Thrones Dragon Egg candle, sealed, never used. On eBay, you can be looking around £30 for this one here. There's some serious collectors out there, People love this stuff, just as I've decided to keep a bunch of things for myself. But that was a nice little find. I'll definitely be looking out for things like this in the future. I would normally pass by it and think it was kind of like a stocking filler present that you'd find on like the aisles in shops around Christmas time. But this is around 30 quid. If you spot them, pick them up. We did also pick up some metal signs. We've got I'm Counting on You, the Eiffel Tower, Paris. These are a couple I'm going to choose to sell, but we did choose to keep a load of them. There's a few we featured up the top here. There's a bunch more in a pile that we're going to go through and find the right home for them. It's not something I thought I'd really be into, picking up these metal signs, but they actually make really cool pieces of art, and it fills the wall nicely without having to repaint or redecorate too much and get a whole load of wallpaper. Just stick some art on the walls. Now that's everything in this bundle that we've decided to sell. That should definitely cover our money into this. We paid £130 for everything here, even the stuff that we're going to keep. I'll make a separate video on that so you can see what I've added to the collection. So with £130 into this, I'm looking at £500 plus return. Now that might sound a bit crazy because some of these items are a bit fluctuating in price. As I said, we're going to have to sort through these board games, make sure everything is there, everything's in the right box before we can value it appropriately. But basing it off other listings out there, other solds, we should be in the money. Now, I just want to say thank you again to the viewer who sold this to me. I'm not sure if you wanted your name mentioned, so I'll leave it out for this video. But I really appreciate you getting in contact, letting me know that you've got this stuff sitting away and you want to give it a new home. You were happy as well for me to make a profit on some of this stuff and make sure it actually just gets into people's hands who are going to love it and use it. I think that's one of the things about this. It's like we can hold on to things, they sit in shelves, they sit in boxes and get no love, or we've had our time with it. But as a reseller, I see myself as someone who takes those items, puts them back on the market and brings joy to more people. Thank you for letting me dig through your items. Other than the business side, it was a pleasure to hang out too. So that's everything we've decided to flip from this bundle that we purchased. If you want to see the stuff we've decided to keep, be sure to stick around because that will be coming in a future video. If you've enjoyed watching this, be sure to tap like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. We also got, if we do command any sort of money like sell, it's got some colour. We also have a couple of vintages. Also, again, you could only buy you. We also, but going from other, if you want to see the stuff that we kept, be sure to. If you want to see the kept or decided to, why do I keep thinking that? Right, here we go.